I'm God. Hello to you, dear and beloved people, my sons and daughters. What is Divine Master? Everyone wants to be master in this age. Divine Master is a human being in very high level of mentality and soul that is close to the end of his incarnations. I'm very sorry that very few people achieve this in this rotation of creation. We saw that they achieved because they ascended to very high dimension. The previous cycle of masters who are channeling now here, many of them ascended to very high dimensions and ended the incarnation regardless that they didn't experience so many incarnations, but they succeeded here and also there. Therefore, they ascended very high and experienced sublime happiness in very high dimensions, great opening of the emotional body, the soul, powerful expansion of the light body and the mind. They experienced sublime pleasure of love, also with partners and twin flames more in the past, and by themselves alone. They connected to divinity in the high dimensions. Their minds expanded. They experienced unity with all there is, felt everything that happened in the lower worlds, the upper worlds, in all creation as God feels. Their hearts expanded and they felt that they are God, not just human being anymore. Unity with everything, soul elevation. It is hard to explain in words. Jesus ascended to very high, powerful dimensions above the universe. He was very brave heart. He was human being who experienced about 10 incarnations, which was a lot when he arrived here. He's human being. Today, people achieved many more incarnations, maybe 30 or 40, the old souls within you, and you're still here. Very sorry. People are very jealous at Jesus when they see him after death. He ended his purpose to help people in the high dimension after many ages because he is tired now and he doesn't know what is to be a human being in this age. He understands divinity and less the physicality. We send him to this planet, to the Jewish people, to help those of you who were here then, who suffered very much and didn't know who is God, were under the tough control of Jehovah, who helped the Jews, but also sent Abraham to kill his son. He didn't imagine this. It did happen. Everything that's written in the Bibles are true, indeed true. They killed Jesus because he was superior above everyone, because he was more developed than everyone and experienced lots of love in the high dimension. The Jewish people were jealous at him. Everyone was jealous at him. The Jews killed him. This is why they ignore him now and channel in Israel Jewish leaders, that not all of them achieve greatness and elevation and that the connection and ascent to high dimension. You have to be careful from who you are channeling. The masters of the old age who elevate and ascended and are known here, ascended to high dimensions, and there are those who return to incarnate, still help in creation, experience rest, or high unity with God in dimensions above this universe, where they know physicality at all. More freedom, because the light is gentleness. you still have the body of human being, but it is very crystal and it can disappear in the dimension. You experience also pleasure, also sexual pleasures in very high powers than pleasures here as you ascend in the dimensions in such high level that people ascend through these pleasures. It is not just sex, it is from the heart. People who experience happiness and very powerful couple relationship, therefore they enjoy very much in high dimensions after they experience love and very powerful sexual relationship. By the power of the high level of their pleasures, they fly. They don't fly like birds in the sky. They found themselves in very high dimensions of stars of love and dimensions in the high of the universe and above it, where they are not anymore in a physical body, and they experience divinity in very high frequency of light, not only through couple relationship, sex and happiness of relationship, but also because of other things. People ascend to this kind of dimensions. If they ascend in not natural way, not through real elevation of the soul, there are many ways which I can call not legal or not good, like taking drugs and fail after that. And there are natural ways which are simple maturity of the soul and elevation because of who you are, and also it could be because of the relationship with partner. In the high dimensions we don't appreciate it. It is very acceptable in the 7th dimension in this age, free sex, love and changing of relationship, but not in the higher dimension where we look for soul, nobility and real greatness, strong, big soul who doesn't have to play and create karma with many people. This way to elevate this kind of souls will ascend in the infinity of dimensions and experience amazing happiness. And God, I was speaking about that in Israel, people channel people who were in the Bible, very cruel kings with no humanity, didn't ascend to any divinity or freedom and had to incarnate till this day. Again and again, you have to be careful you channel. Abraham, our father, was one of the people who ascended to high dimension and succeed very much as Jesus. We appreciate them and love them because they were good leaders to the Jewish people. We gave them right in the high dimensions, not just to Jesus. We gave them right to stay there till today. Sometimes they are sad that they didn't return here because this word gives a lot to people. They experience great happiness there, more than here, but behind in their soul development, believe or not, compared to people here, achieve very high level of mentality and soul, not only in planet Earth, but in other physical planets of the universe, especially in planet Andromeda in the past, because in their high dimensions they don't have to deal with duality so much, but their awareness is high. Therefore, I recommend the Jewish people in Israel to be careful who you are channeling. Our father Abraham, called Al-Moriah, he was the master who managed the 12th dimension during many years with Melchizedek. The last 10 years he and Melchizedek rest. Also, Moses tried very hard and experienced lots of happiness in the high dimensions. He have big and wide heart. We heard that he succeeded very much in Israel to help people. We are happy for this. We are not surprised because he is a very good person with big heart. There were no kings in the periods of the Bible that we can say they were masters who elevated and were good-hearted. They used their power for bad. I am God. Send my love to you in Israel. I hope very much that you will understand that to be a master and a spiritual teacher, real, from pure place, from place of truth, not just educated. You have to open the heart and listen to God, to the higher self. Listen inside, not just study, teach what other people teach and accept what others learn. Listen in silence, in quietness, to the inner voice, the divine voice, and honor it. Be strong with your higher self in order to do that, from a place where you release completely the personal self, the ego and the thought. Open the door from inner power to God within you. You can call it higher self, which is the part that is more connected to your soul and to divinity, and you can say God, which will be the voice of God, which is separated from you, but you can connect to it as you will want. The big, great masters connected to divinity not just because they channel, but because they lived their divine self from a place of inner greatness which they achieved in many incarnations, from a place of great emotional depths and wisdom which broke from their illumination. How do you achieve illumination? From a place of many experiences in many incarnations, which we were talking about, that fit souls who are less mature, and connection to the divine place. Open the mind, be in the heart, in straight line from the heart to the third eye, the crown chakra and above, from self-love and knowledge of the greatness inside. It exists also for those who didn't experience many incarnations, but they will speak more theoretically from the mind, maybe through channeling, maybe because they understood and learned. Souls who been through many incarnations and experienced a lot in the incarnations and achieved real maturity, real greatness, not just study, can connect all the wonderful qualities and open to divinity, to human illumination. It is not channeling, but awareness, very high awareness that human being achieved in this age, especially because they experience so many incarnations, and we don't feel so bad. I'm God, don't feel so bad. I have sometimes guilt, feelings that I didn't release you from the incarnations already. But I see how much you have grown from them. Therefore, this creation, regardless to duality, the third dimension still exists. The high masters in the high dimensions, regardless that they are illuminated, wise, happy and important, and they are your teacher in this age, you don't know to appreciate yourself. They are not always strong as you are, complete as you are, because they didn't suffer. Suffering proves us that it is a very powerful way to ascend, the suffer of the third dimension. The happiness is also a very powerful way of elevation, especially in the high dimension, also here. You need balance between both of them. If you experience too much of one and not enough from the other, in the high balance to the soul, different of its age, according to its divine plan for its development, if you don't experience good balance, you suffered from gaps and lack in the soul. You look outside, maybe in couples and others or teachers, admire them too much and don't understand yet that everything is within you, because you didn't achieve yet readiness for that. You didn't succeed, come to a place where you can open the heart, the soul, in such power that you become God. You connect to divinity because you are a divine human being, and you are not anymore living this dimension. Even so, you are here, but not really. Your real self experience the place it achieved. It doesn't matter where is your physical body, you know who you really are in most high level of humanity, divinity, and the connection between them. I am God. I will teach you a lot, all that you wish, that will come through Leah, about humanity, divinity, the connection, the relationship between them, the way to end the incarnations, and the way to become master and connect to the divine consciousness, which is sanctified as human being, also on planet Earth. I hope that you understand me deeply, simple things and also complicated. I am yours, with you, inside you, everywhere, for eternity of eons. I am that I am, God.